Did the ducks bring you in? I'm just curious. Today I want to talk about responsibility and the ducks. What does one have to do with the other? Well, I have a lake right beside my home, and there are a lot of ducks on the lake. And there are times when I get into that mindset of like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to figure this out. I don't know why I can't figure this out. I've been working on this for such a long time, or I've been asking the universe for this for such a long time. Why isn't it here? What's going on? Then, of course, that makes me step out of my power and shift into a primal state of being, right? That's where you feel sorry for yourself and you're like, what am I doing wrong? I don't get it. And when I get into those mindsets, I look at my window and I look at the ducks. They're just floating along. They're just going with the flow. They're just enjoying the sun. And it reminds me, okay, Nancy, take a deep breath, relax, and be like the ducks. Just float. Because when you think about responsibility, and then I like to reword it or respell it, spell it differently to RESPONSE/ability. It reminds me that my only responsibility is to keep my vibrational frequency as high as I possibly can. So when I spell responsibility, RESPONSE-ABILTY, it reminds me that I have the ability to how I am going to respond in any given moment to any circumstance, in any situation. And that includes something I'm remembering from the past, something that's bugging on my one good nerve, something that's still triggering me. Maybe it's something a person said. Maybe it's a relationship with someone and I wish the relationship was different. I always remind myself, I have the ability to choose how I'm going to respond to this thought, situation, experience. I love the saying that circumstances don't matter, only state of being matters. And it took me a while to really understand what that means. But when I got it, I was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? That's so simple. And it really is. So, what is your state of being? Your state of being is how you're feeling in any given moment. So, if you're getting frustrated, and like I was saying at the beginning of this video, where you're feeling like, all right, I don't understand. I've been trying to manifest this for a really long time. Or, I really want to be able to do this, but I need more confidence. I need more likes on social media. I need more people to pay attention to me. I need more money in the bank. I need people to love me more. When we're doing that, we're really in a state of being that's very primal. And that's that fight, flight, or freeze. So it's very fear-based. You're fearful of it's not happening yet. When is it going to happen? How is it going to happen? So basically, what you're trying to do is you're trying to control everything, right? You're trying to say, I want this. I want it this way. I want it, at this time. I want this amount. But here's something that I learned to ask a while ago. If I allow myself to just flow, just like the ducks, just be calm and float along with the current, which is a very powerful state of being because I'm not giving my power away to fear, anger, scarcity, lack. Um, when I'm in that state of being, that is me being my most powerful. Now I can say, okay, this feels really good to relax. This feels really good to give it up to the universe, give it up to God, give it up to your higher power, however you see this, the big picture. And then I have to remind myself, like, wow, Isn't it so amazing that we were born knowing that there is a higher power that's going to take care of our every want, need, and desire? But somewhere along the line, someone taught us that we had to hustle and grind, we had to work really hard, we had to take action all the time, we had to be fearful of what might not happen. And we have the ability to whether or not we want to respond that way. When I remind myself of that, it allows me, it empowers me to step back and say, okay, where do I want to put all my attention, energy, and focus? Because that's what I'm giving my power to. Do I want to put all my attention, energy, and focus into something that I'm fearful about? Or do I want to remind myself that my only responsibility is to keep my vibrational frequency as high as possible? That's it. Now, isn't that interesting? Because we think, no, that can't be it. I've got to work harder. I've got to work smarter. I've got to, gotta. We're always like, I've got to do. So then what do? We turn around and we sign up for another course. We sign up for another challenge. We sign up for this free seminar, this 3-day, whatever, because we think that someone else has the answers that we're looking for. We think that someone is going to give us the courage or the answer, or maybe that thing that everyone seems to be so common knowledge for everybody but us. But the thing is, you can take a course to have more confidence and get yourself in front of the camera and say, oh, great, I'm going to take this course to feel more confident in front of the camera. And, you know, that course is not going to make you more confident. What's going to make you more confident is believing that you have the power to be confident. It's about your ability to how you respond to your thoughts, situations, circumstances. So if you're thinking that you don't have enough confidence in yourself, if you're thinking that you don't have enough money, if you're thinking that you don't have the health that you want, the relationships that you want, that is you responding to what you don't want. And then finding all kinds of reasons of how to prove to yourself that this is really your reality. When in actuality, it's simply the universe is saying, the universe is neutral. Everything is energy. And what you're putting your attention, energy, and focus to is what you will attract back to you. Think about that. Just think about that for a minute. That means your only job is to sit back and raise your vibrational frequency as often as you can. Do you know you only need to hold on to a higher, more powerful, happier thought for 16 seconds for things to start shifting for you? And then imagine, once you hold it for that 16 seconds, and then you hold it for another 16 seconds and another 16 seconds, so many things will begin to shift for you. It works every time. But here's what happens. You hold it for 16 seconds and then you look around and you're like, okay, nothing changed, nothing shifted. This crap doesn't work. I don't want to do this. Again, stand back, because you have the ability to how you're going to respond. So you can take your cue from the ducks, or you can flap around and be all nervous and give into your primal state of being, fear-based thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Or you can take a deep breath and just be like the ducks. I really love this analogy. And maybe you might want to put a little Post-it note up on your wall someplace and spell responsibility, RESPE dash ABILITY. And tell yourself, I have the ability, which means you have the power, about how you want to respond in any given situation. Let me know what you think about this message. Leave some comments, because when you leave comments, it lets other people see what everyone's thinking about this type of this topic, and you just never know. Something that you comment on, something that you give your opinion on, might really be the key that someone else is looking for to inspire them to shift from a very primitive state of being to a powerful state of being, because we're all one. Everything is energy. And when you work from the power of the collective, magic happens. If you have any questions on this kind of work, visit me at masteringyourbeliefs.com. Poke around, see what calls to you, get some free resources. And in the meantime, this is Nancy Muller, the one and only Life Sensei, saying ciao for now.